Hello everybody, welcome back to another video with Electra Soul. If you're new to my channel, I'm a psychic medium, a spiritual life coach, alongside a whole lot of other things, okay? But today in this video, guys, okay, if y'all have watched Monday's video that I just posted on Monday, this video is going to be a continuation of what I said within the video. At some point, I made a decision in the video to talk about all the things that I struggled with when it came to using the law of assumption, okay? Because I want you guys to understand you are not alone. And what better way to start out the new year than reflecting on what we got going on and then applying our responsibility so that we can manifest a better outcome, okay? There is no better way because now is the perfect time. It's the first week of January. We got this shit. We're not playing games this year. 2024 is our bitch, and that's it. Every year is our bitch, but you know, this year's special, okay? And every year after will be even more special, but okay. But for real, guys, I'm really excited to get started because I know that a lot of people have been struggling. Not right now, but I'm saying in general, I completely understand why. I know that some people just feel like they can't do this. Like some people just feel like they're so stuck. They've been trying. Some techniques aren't working for them. They're not feeling fulfilled. You know, things like that that I do get. Like I really do understand this because I feel like I've been on every side of this stuff. I feel like I've experienced it all when it came to the law of assumption for the reason that I think I was really destined to just learn all the shit that I did so that I can teach you guys how to make your lives better, because I know that for myself, anytime I learn something that is actually useful that will help make your life positive or my life positive, I actually apply that stuff and then I make my life better, you know, and then I continue up that road kind of thing. So I feel like here, within all the stuff that I've quote unquote struggled with when it came to law of assumption or whatever, I have so much knowledge that I can share with you guys about this so that you all can also feel like you're not alone, so that you don't feel like you're failing and that you don't feel like, you know, anything other than the best. Like you have to remember you are the fucking best, and you absolutely are. You genuinely are. But okay, guys, let's just get started with the video right now so that we can get to talking about the things that I struggled with within the law so that you all understand exactly what I'm talking about, okay? And so that you don't feel as alone as you may have before, because remember, you're not a victim. I'm not gonna let you feel like a victim. You're very strong. You got this shit in the bag. We already know, okay? Well, I already know, but you gotta know it too, okay? So with that being said, the first thing that I'm gonna say, and I'm just gonna say things off the top of my head because honestly, it's like so much, but the first thing like was reacting to the 3D. Oh my goodness. Reacting to the 3D, and if you guys do or don't know within the law of assumption, what reacting to the 3D is when you see something in your physical reality and then you just emotionally react to that thing because it's not showing you exactly what you say that you're manifesting. So if you say that you're manifesting your SP, your specific person, and then you see them out on a date in the 3D, and upon you seeing that, you start crying and sobbing and saying, fuck, he doesn't like me, and then boom, whatever, you know? That right there, that is reacting to the 3D, okay? So you're telling yourself that you're with your SP, but you're reacting to them being with somebody else, so you're not actually staying true to the story of you being with that person. You're reverting back to the fact that they're not with you and that they're with someone else, okay? So that was like a huge thing for me, and this was more like the beginning of my law of assumption journey, because as time went on, I just stopped giving a fuck. Like I started peeping that my story was the only story. So what really happened was, I remember back then, I would just, anytime I saw something that made me feel bad, or even if it was slightly off of what I was saying that I had for myself, I would start just going crazy in my mind, okay? Like I'd be like, oh my god, I'm not getting what I want, things are falling apart, fuck, what do I have to do? I feel like it's impossible to manifest what, like all the stuff that I'm sure you've said yourself before, not now, bitch, because you're that bitch, you know it, but I'm sure maybe some of y'all understand, but I've said like everything. I don't want to like reaffirm that to you guys, talking about all the limiting shit that I used to say, but believe me, like my mind would go crazy. And then upon my mind going crazy, what would end up happening? The next few days, I would be in like a huge slump. It was like a depression. I would be devastated, feeling like I couldn't manifest what I wanted, that I failed, that it's over, and that I might as well stop. Like it would be so freaking toxic to me. Like I just felt nuts, bro. Like I felt like I can't do this. But I had to learn for myself that doing such things, like reacting in such a way, for one, I was totally taking away from the fact that I was telling myself that I had what I wanted, okay? If I'm telling myself that I have what I want, then what good is me sitting there and completely complaining and feeling like shit over something that I'm seeing, which I was already told, you know, if you see something in the 3D that doesn't belong to you, don't react to it. If you are manifesting what you will, and then I would react to it, girl, that was like breaking the code right there. Of course, I was gonna feel like shit because I kept on doing things that wasn't serving me nor what it was that I was doing when it came to the law, okay? So like I said, reacting to the 3D was a major thing. And then upon that happening, like I also said, all of those thoughts that would come in, the contradiction would be crazy. The old story, I would confirm that shit. I would go right back to the old story. Like it would honestly feel like I was making a breakaway or breakthrough or whatever, and then I would just right back. And then I would be okay with being there though. Like it felt so comfortable for me to sit there because I was so used to that. Like that was a state that I was always used to being in, you know, like the lack kind of thing. Because even when it comes to the law, one of the biggest things that is recited within the law is that you're limitless and that you can have everything that you want, right? You have to understand, like before, my mentality was not on that shit. My mentality was on, there's some things you can have and there's some things that you can't. You have to be realistic, you know, things like that. And that is no longer. I don't believe that. I don't believe that you have to be realistic about certain things and you can have the bitch, if there's people in this world who have everything, I'm gonna be one of those people. We're all gonna be one of those people. Like we're not gonna settle for less than that. So that was like something that I really had to understand for myself, was that if I'm telling myself I'm gonna be as successful as I want to be and whatever, I cannot keep doing the shit that doesn't make me feel good, okay? So that's where I was telling you guys, like within Monday's video as well, I was mentioning that I had to make adjustments for my own journey so that I can do what was best for me when it came to manifesting what I wanted, because I didn't want to feel crazy all the time, and everything else that everyone else is doing doesn't always resonate with me. I like to go by my own wave kind of thing. I like to do what makes me feel best, okay? So I learned to readjust that, where I understood that anytime that I saw something in the 3D that I didn't like, I stopped saying things like, oh my god, it's done, and freaking the fuck out, start crying, and bro, like I'm telling you, like I would really get into it, like but I stopped that, and what I instead started to do was I would just say that doesn't matter. That's it. I would just say it doesn't matter. It's okay. I still have what I want. It's in my mind. That's all that matters. God got me. That was another huge thing. I am not a religious person. I'm a very spiritual person. I'm very connected to the God within me. I state this a lot because I want it to be clear to you all. The God within all of us, that God comes out, okay? And what I mean by out, I mean like you use it, that power within you, to manifest everything that you want, okay? So you are God within yourself. God belongs within you. We are all one with that consciousness. And I started to use that to my advantage, where anytime that I saw things within my reality that made me feel like shit, or even the thoughts I would have, the contradictions, I would remind myself that God got me and that I was going to get what I wanted, and that I already did have what I wanted regardless of what I saw and what I felt, that God would not let me be unhappy. That was like a big thing that I would tell myself, because I wouldn't let myself be unhappy. I'm God, right? Okay, so why the fuck would I let myself be unhappy? Is that responsible? Like I want to be happy, so I'm gonna keep telling myself I'm not, bitch? Like come on, you know, like things like that. And you know, I'm a Capricorn, like I said in the last video too, so we don't play, you know, like we have to understand, like this is non-bullshit. This is non-fucking bullshit. I'm not gonna sit here, commit myself to something that's fake and delusional, blah blah blah, for the fun of it. Like this is serious, you get me? People are manifesting real things, and that is exactly what I had to get into my head as well. Within those struggles of me contradicting myself and going back to the old story, wavering a lot. Wavering was a huge thing, but upon all this stuff happening, that is exactly why I learned so much about the law, and that's exactly why I'm telling you about this stuff and what I did to adjust accordingly. So I would tell myself things that made me feel very safe, you know, because I will say there was one point in the law of assumption journey where I rejected the idea of having a separate God to us, if that makes sense. Like having a trust in, I'm trying to find the right words to explain this properly. Basically, I stopped perceiving the God within me to be something that was going to help me, because I thought I was on my own, like I'm the person. And then I learned over time again, I was like, wait, no, God is us. Like I can't sit here and tell myself I'm gonna get this and then whatever. Like God is with me, God is in me, God got me, like we got each other, you feel me? Like we are one. So that faith that I have there, that helps me a lot. Okay, so right there, that was something that I personally had to learn for myself, was learning how to readjust the way that I perceive these things, where I felt super alone, because I did feel very alone for a long time. I felt like I was manifesting it all by myself, like super tiny is how I felt, in a big ass forest. And that's not the case. Like God is with me, God got me, okay? That provided me so much peace and clarity, understanding that my affirmations are definitely working, okay? I'm mature enough to understand that if I want to be happy, I have to let myself be happy. I can't tell myself I want to be happy and then totally not fucking let myself be that. I had to learn that if I wanted to commit to what I wanted to do, okay, then you're committing yourself to this. Are you sure that you want to do this? Yeah, you want what you want really quickly? Okay, then act like you do. Like literally, act like you fucking do. That's it. That helped me so much, understanding my responsibility and my role as a conscious manifestor in my reality. And you know, within the other struggles as well, I remember just feeling like affirmations were driving me crazy. Like I remember there was a point where I was like, affirmations don't work, it's taking forever. And that right there is the contradiction. Remember, a lot of the stuff that I struggled with had to do with a lack of self-discipline, okay? You're telling yourself affirmations, then you have to keep up with them. You're telling yourself affirmations for the purpose of manifesting what you want, right? So that your subconscious could be embedded within the fact that you do have what you want, right? Okay, so then why do you keep telling yourself that your affirmations are not working? Like, are you using them to manifest what you want? Or are you using them and believing them? them. Like, you have to understand this is a way that you get yourself to that point, okay? You get yourself to that point of you believing in your affirmations by continuously repeating them, but in a way that makes you feel safe, okay? For me personally, another thing that I struggled with was affirming like 25 fucking 8, but not like in a very fulfilling way. It was a very draining way, something that made me feel nuts, okay? I don't like to feel nuts. I don't like to feel crazy. I don't like to feel like I'm affirming for what? Like, I'm driving myself nuts trying to affirm this shit and trying, you see? My vocab was very off back then. I'm trying to do this. I'm trying. Bitch, we're not trying. It is done right now. But even then, it's like, oh, but it's done right now. Then where is it? That was another struggle that I had. I couldn't trust the fact that everything that I was saying that I had, I actually did have, because my trust in that thing being done in my favor, it was going to manifest what I wanted, but my distrust was not going to manifest what I wanted, okay? So I would be angry as hell. I'd be like, oh my God, I'm trying so hard. I'm trying so hard. I'm trying so hard. What's happening? Come on, girl, trying what? Like, what are you trying for? Why are you being so desperate, okay? The desperate energy made your ex, okay? No desperate shit. That is out the window, because if you want to get what you want, how is being desperate gonna help you? How is that gonna help you get what you want even quicker? Like, it's not going to. It's gonna hold you back even more, something that you don't want, okay? Now, back to what I was saying about the affirmations part is that I used to say like 25-8 affirmations and I didn't feel a fucking difference. It happens to some people. I've seen that happen. And it usually, I've seen, always happens because when they are saying their 800 million affirmations, they're not actually fulfilling themselves. They're affirming desperately, like, oh my God, I got what I want, I got what I got what I want, I got what I want. Bitch, do you even believe that you got what you want, or are you just gonna keep saying it? Like, I know that you're trying to help yourself believe that, but are you actually helping yourself believe that? Or are you just telling yourself, I will eventually, I hope I believe it eventually? Or are you affirming it and saying to yourself, this will work, this is working, this is work? Like, you feel me? There's a different approach to this, but your approach needs to be something that is actually complementing the fact that you're getting what you want. You see right there, a huge change of vocabulary had to be done where I stopped saying I'm trying, I can't, it's so hard. That's what she said. This is taking forever. I don't know what to... Out the fucking enough. Like, literally enough is enough, okay? You have a responsibility to be strong about what you want. Let's keep it simple as it can possibly be. I have what I want. I believe that I do. I know that this is all that it's gonna be. Like, I can do this. Boom de clap de clap. Right there. That's it. That is all that you need. And you see, as time went on and I realized that things could be easier in this way, I let them be easier for me. And that was a huge thing. Letting things be easy, I wouldn't let them. I felt like struggle, I needed to. I needed to struggle. Oh yeah, I've struggled my entire life. I need to keep on struggling because it's fun. I feel like I deserve it. I don't really love myself, so hurting myself seems more likely for me. That right there, that was another energy I was carrying strongly with me. No longer. I knew that that wasn't it for me. You get me? If you want what you want, shifting all that stuff, you need to do that. That's it. You need to stop letting this stuff be difficult on purpose because you think that you deserve it. Why in the fucking world would you? God is by your side, within you. You are the God of your reality, the creator. So why would you want to see yourself struggle? Like, why would you let this be harder than it needs to be? Like, that's what she said, bro, but it's the truth. And if you feel like it's too difficult for you, then what are you gonna do? You're gonna adjust accordingly. Like I said, for myself, that's what I did. Ooh, I didn't do what everyone else is doing. Okay, only for the reason that it doesn't always work best for me, just as it might not always work best for you. It's all about your personal preference. So that was another huge thing, another big thing. I had to learn what my own personal preference was, what made me feel like the best, what made me feel like I could do this, what made Electra Soul feel like this is all going to be exactly the way that I want it to be. It doesn't matter what yada yada and yada yada over here is saying on the internet. I don't give two shits about what I read online. I care about myself. I care about what I know, okay? And if I've gone through all that stuff and I still am not applying what I know, like, then what the fuck is the point of me using the law of assumption? Consciously speaking, of course, because the law of assumption, you're using it regardless. But what would be the point of me using it if I'm gonna sit here and continuously contradict everything that I'm putting down? Like, come on, you feel me? Like, come on. Get the fuck out your head. This is, by the way, like me talking to me. Get the fuck out your head, girl. Get what you want. Stop doing it to yourself. You don't want to be hurting anymore, right? You don't want to be hurt? Stop hurting yourself on purpose. There's no need for the drama. It's like literally drama. There's no need for the drama. Stop with the drama. That's it. Nothing else to be worried about. You're saying that you have what you want. Let us stick it out. Let us stick it out all the way, okay? I'm trying to think if there's any more struggles that I had. There were so many, man. Like, I feel like everything that anyone else has struggled with, I have struggled with that. Like, I can't even think about, I feel like I've said basically everything because everything loops back to each other. Reacting to the 3D leads to contradiction, leads to the old story, leads to feeling pessimistic and like I can't, like all this low self-concept shit, that was another thing. Having my low self-concept was a huge thing that hurt the fuck out of me. And notice I keep saying huge thing for all these things. It's because these were all huge things that affected me greatly. It affected my self-esteem, affected what I was doing and all that stuff. All things that I knew will now know that it wasn't supposed to be with me that long, but it was because I chose to continue to entertain that stuff, okay? So you see, even right there, me choosing the old story, not even just the old story though, but me choosing to victimize myself, to tell myself shit that doesn't matter, to tell myself things that make me feel worse. Like, I kept feeding myself things on purpose because I liked to struggle, because I wanted to be hurt, and I don't want to be hurt. Like, I learned over time, I was like, I knew this wasn't normal for me. I knew that me being that unhappy was just not it. Like, who the fuck wants to be that unhappy? Get the fuck up, girl. Like, get up, for real. This is your life that we're talking about, and if we're gonna be talking about your life, it better be a good damn story, because you're making it one, okay? The energy that I had to learn to maintain throughout everything that I've gone through here is that I had to learn to maintain what it was to be somebody who's carefree, who lives their best life, who's genuinely happy inside and out, who believes that this world is full of limitless opportunities, just a person who feels like they can do everything that they want to do and that they can manifest it all, and that it doesn't matter what is in the way or whatever limitations you think that there is, because I am more powerful than that. That was all that I needed to learn, and I learned it all. I learned it all, truly, and I really did, because guys, like, I feel like I really mastered this shit. Like, I actually 110% feel like I have, and that's something I don't think I could have ever said before. I'm so serious. Not even like 3 months ago. No, actually that's a lie. I feel like I've been mastered on this shit for a while now, but even then it still feels like now, like right now is like 110. Maybe 3 months ago would have been 109% for some reason. But you see, now I don't even have that uncertainty in any way, shape, and form. I just know that I 110% got this, like 1,000,000%. But you all see my love. You're not alone. You're absolutely not alone. I have you. I got your back. I'm here for you for a reason. I'm here to help you, like, dead ass. And I will tell you guys one thing is that I have a lot of clients that they all have struggled very much in the past before, and never did because we said so, but you know what I mean? Like, they've gone through a lot of the similar things that I've been through, and I feel like I attract a lot of people like that so that I can help those who have their minds so deep in the gutter to come out of that, because I know exactly what it's like to be that deep. I helped myself get through it though. God helped me in a way that, my God, my spirituality, that's more of what I mean. Like, in my dreams, I used to get signs a lot of what to do next, signs of redirection, and even just remembering that I already knew what I had to do and then actually doing it. And I think that rounds up the final huge thing that I was like, Jesus, when it came to the law of assumption, what that thing was not applying the things that I know. Like, oh my God, actually that was probably number one, because I have known all this stuff for a very long time. Like, everything that I'm telling you that I didn't do, I always knew to do that, but I never did it. So that was like the biggest thing. I never freaking applied shit because I always felt like I needed to struggle. Like, I don't know, it was just a self-hatred thing. I think it was just something that I was so used to. Like, I wasn't used to having a life where things were actually good, things were really working in my favor, everyone was so good and everything was amazing. I was never used to that. I was always used to at least having one area of my life that was chaotic, at least one. You know, everything else could be good, but what that one part, that's my comfortable chaos spot. Bitch, no fucking more. I refuse on God to go back to that or to claim that in any way, shape, or form. But you see, even with that, I applied all the knowledge that I know. That's why I am here where I am right now, is because I applied. And I'm telling you guys, if you feel the most hopeless that you've ever felt in your entire life watching this right now, and you feel like no one understands and you don't know what to do and you don't know what's coming and whatever, I want you all to remember that Electrosoul understands you. Believe me, Electrosoul feels you. Like, oh, it just goes so deep. Like, I feel it in my core. If one of y'all sat me down and y'all talked to me about like one of your stories, bro, the things that you've struggled with, the things that you've been through, I'm sure I can relate to that shit in a way that I'm able to help you in some way. I will be able to, because I know exactly what it's like to struggle that deeply. I haven't thought about the struggle in a very long time. And I will tell you guys, like, with zodiacs, like, really quick, I have my moon conjunct my south node. Okay, so what that means, and I recently found this out as well, is that moon conjunct south node means that you think about past painful experiences a lot. And that's something that I used to do. I would say used to because I only stopped doing that a little bit ago. And I stopped doing that because I was like, okay, bitch, like, you got the responsibility now to maintain only thinking about good things. Let's stop replaying the pain of the past, okay? But see right there with the moon conjunct south node in my birth chart, me thinking about the past, all those deep, dark, very sad things, these are all things that I have felt in the past so connected to, and I would understand your struggle. Believe me, I would understand it. And not even just that, I would be able to relate to you. And not even just that, that when we talk or when you're watching this video, all this stuff, just understand I know exactly, like I just know exactly what it is, the pain. Even me telling you all the stuff that I've been through, I remember clearly. I remember sitting in that energy. Right now I could just see myself right back there, but I'm very detached from that. You see, that's the difference now. I can think about painful memories. I'm very detached. I don't care. And that is exactly why I want you all to feel as good as I feel right now, to be as in control as I feel like I am right now, and to get through this all right now because you can and because you're meant to, and that's it. I want you all to remember how powerful you really are. You are the gods of your realities, and there's nothing in this world that could ever take you away from that. I love you all so much. Like, believe me, I intend truly, my love, like truly from the bottom of my heart, that this video helped you out to the most of its ability today, because believe me, like I've been there, I've done that, I've been through it all. But even with that, we get up, we rise up, we do what we gotta do, and we manifest the best because we can, and that's it. Let's believe in ourselves a little more, okay? Because if I got here, there's no doubt in my heart that you will not get here. You absolutely will, because you absolutely are. You absolutely are. I love you so much. Like, I really do. God bless you all always, my love. Thank y'all so much for watching today. That's basically it for my video today, because I know I spoke so freaking much. I don't even know how long this video is gonna be, but it's gonna be long, probably, but whatever, I don't care. I just love you all so much, and I intend truly that this video made you feel like you're not alone, made you feel like, okay, there's someone who does actually understand it or knows what it is. Because honestly, if I go even further in depth within everything that I've said here, it's gonna be so fucking, like, it would be longer than an hour video. I'm not gonna do that to y'all today, but I will say that in the future, I know that there will be a point in time where I'll be able to sit down and actually talk about all of the stuff back to back to back, where I can help you guys understand that you're not alone. Like, truly, genuinely, you are not alone. I'm sure some of my experiences you all can relate to. Like, this is something that I know that people have gone through, okay? A lot of people that have helped in my life were very, very traumatized individuals, and I'm so thankful that I was able to help those people, because I know exactly what it's fucking like. We're rising up though. We're above that shit. We're not meant for that. We're not meant for that. We're meant for the best, okay? And so with that being said, my love, may God bless you always. Please take care of yourselves, everyone. I will see y'all this Monday for another video. Thank y'all so much again. May God bless you all always. I just said that, but may God bless you for real. And I simply love you all so much. Remember, you guys can do this. Remember, nothing is holding you back. Remember, there are no limits, okay? I'm gonna keep this one a little short with my goodbye outro, because I know, like I said, I spoke a lot, but I intend, my love, that you learned something today. I know that you did, but you know, I intend truly that you apply everything that I've applied within my own life, so that you can let your life be as good as I've manifested for mine to be, okay? Never associate yourself to be separate. That was another thing. I always assumed that I was separate. Oh, that was a huge thing. But I did definitely think that I used to be very separate from everything that I wanted. I was never separate. Like, I was never, we're all one. Non-duality, babe. I've always known about this shit too. That was another thing that used to piss me off. It was like I unlearned so many things because my struggle with the law of assumption was, you know, it was affecting me. So I unlearned a lot of the good stuff that I learned through my spiritual awakening and all this stuff, and then I relearned it, and now I'm right back, but better, okay? The version that you see right now is the version of who I was when I first had my spiritual awakening, but now it's like fearless, like 110%. I mastered my private life back then. Now I mastered my private life and my public life, so I'm Gucci, okay? That's it. May God bless you all always, my love. Thank y'all so much again for watching. I love y'all so much, so much. You all can do this. Keep on going strong. We're not giving up for shit. No, we're not. Hell nah. So let's get it, okay? Okay. It's already got. Don't play about it. Bye. I love you. I love you. I love you. God bless you. Bye. A million times over. Bye.